These are 10 different ways of how to use Nano Banana for next level AI creativity.
Yo, wait a second. What the hell is happening to me? Breaking news, Dan Keefe just discovered how to make fire videos using AI. And by fire, I mean literally fire. With Nano Banana and a few other AI tools, you can change your entire appearance, you can turn into any character that you want, and you can do a bunch of other cool stuff like changing outfits, blending different characters, and more. In this video, I will teach you everything you need to know about using Nano Banana to increase your creativity. Okay, so the first cool use case that I want to share with you is called multi-image prompting. Basically, what you do within one image, you add in all the different images that you like, and then out comes your combined image. This will get you some super insane results, and it's super easy to do. You basically go on Canva, Photoshop, whatever you want to use, and you combine all of your preferred images. See this as your Pinterest board. You can finally make it come to life. So I have an image of myself and I have added my name in it. So the AI understands like, okay, I'm referring to Dan. Then I've added a few things, like I've added this watch, I've added this jacket, I've added this sunglasses, this dog, this Porsche, these shoes, this jacket, and these pants, and this suitcase. Now, everything in this image can be combined into one. The way that works is very, very simple. All you have to do is you have to go to Nano Banana. I'm using it right now inside of OpenArt because for me it's the most convenient, as I can easily switch between Seedream, Flux, and all the other models, including the video models as well. So what you want to do is you want to take your reference, and I have my reference right here. Then you want to upload your reference in there, and then you want to type in your prompt. I will add in all the prompts that I've used in the description down below, so you can access them for free and you know what I use, so you can use that too. I will just explain it briefly. So Dan, that's me, is posing and leaning against a forest green Porsche 911. He's wearing a navy blue blazer with a white Oxford shirt, cream chinos, and a brown leather loafers. Basically describing my outfit here. Then the scene, so I'm explaining what the background is a light gray background. He's carrying 10 leather briefcase with a white silk pocket square folded in his blazer pocket. So I also have a cream cashmere sweater draped over my shoulders, and I'm wearing a tortoiseshell sunglasses and a gold watch with a brown leather strap. Whole lot of words, but it's basically describing exactly what already is going on inside of this image. So if we want to prompt this, you want to switch over to the output settings. You can do this on auto, then it's using the same dimension as your input image, but I want to do this in 16:9. But it doesn't really matter because this image is also 16:9. I just want to mention to you, if you put it in 9:16, you might sometimes get weird results. So all the settings are as this. Keep auto enhance off because we don't want to have the prompt changed, and then you can generate a number of different images. So let's do 4, and now we got 4 different results that we can choose from. You can also recreate if you don't like these results, but let's take a look. So we got this one, quite cool. The thing here is not working that well. Then we got this one. I quite like this one. This one's cool. This one is also really good. And then we got this last one. So these are all great options that we can choose from. But as you can see, it has combined all the different things into one image. You can do this with yourself, but you can also do this with different objects, with different backgrounds. You can do this with anything that comes to your imagination. Breaking news. We're now interrupting this segment to teach you how to turn yourself into a news reporter using Nano Banana and HeyGen. Yes, you heard that right. You can turn yourself into a news reporter very easily. You don't have to do it with a news reporter. It can also be done with a fireman, an astronaut, a chef, anything that you can imagine. Now, this is actually super simple to do. You can do this inside of OpenArt, or if you want to have longer generation videos, then you might want to do this in HeyGen. So I will show you 2 different ways of how you can do this. The first thing you need is an image of yourself. So I got 2 images of myself. One is this screenshot of one of my YouTube videos. The other one is this image right here. So this is an AI generated image and my face looks good here, but I will show you why this doesn't work because the dimensions are off, and you got to keep that in mind when generating this. So I want to have a 16:9 image. So what I do is I upload my reference, so that is this image right here. Then I enter in my prompt, so I'm basically asking it to turn myself into a professional news anchor in a broadcast studio with news desk and a city skyline background, formal business attire, multiple monitors, and it is like for the CNN or BBC news studio. Now, if I turn myself into like a widescreen 16:9, because the input image is 9:16, it doesn't work. So I will show you what I mean by that. Once this is finished generating, then you will see that the generation is off. And I'm just telling you this because no one is actually explaining this for you. And now you see why. So this doesn't quite work. We can see that it is somehow my face. Here we can see my face is cut off. And that is because it somehow crops in. And this is a very common issue which can be solved if you upload a reference image that is 16:9. So let's actually put this image right here. And now we try the same thing, and then we click on create, and now we get these results. As you can see, this looks much better. The dimensions are actually fitting, the images look good, and this is actually usable. So now what you can do is, because the dimension of this image are quite low, I can actually upscale this, and I'm just upscaling this 2 times. And now I have a higher resolution of my image. I will then download this, and now I can go over to video. Here I click on lip sync video, and here you can choose between OpenArt lip sync, OmniHuman, Hydra, and Kling. Now we have an image, so we're down to using OmniHuman, for example, and then you can add in your image. You can upload your voice recording, and keep in mind this can only be done for 15 seconds with OmniHuman. If we're switching over to Hydra, then we have 60 seconds, and if we use OpenArt, then we have 90 seconds. So if that is enough, then you can use these methods. Otherwise, you want to do the same thing using HeyGen. Now this means you need to have another subscription, but with HeyGen you can have up to 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I believe, with a avatar. So if that's the thing that you like, then you will get something like this. This is a different generation. Breaking news. We're now interrupting this segment to teach you how to turn yourself into a news reporter using Nano. So that was my result from HeyGen. Honestly, that result wasn't the best, so let me show you what happens if I do the exact same thing, but through OpenArt. So now I'm gonna switch over to OmniHuman, and let's try and recreate this, and we can do everything inside of this platform. Breaking news. We're now interrupting this segment to teach you how to turn yourself into a news reporter using Nano Banana and HeyGen. Moving on with Runway Act 2 and Nano Banana, you can create insane YouTube intros like this. So you can now create AI videos of yourself with insane accuracy using Nano Banana and Google Video 3. Now the way that works is actually super simple. You start off with recording a segment of your video. So I recorded this intro right here. You can literally change into any character that you want, put yourself into any situation, and it looks completely real. And then what I did is I took one of the frames where I wanted to replace myself with a new AI alternated version of myself. So the way this works is you want to take the frame of where you want to have the transition happening. So I have this beautiful frame of myself right here. Now I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna drop it in there. And then what you can do is you can just change yourself into anything that you can imagine. So I have a few examples here, and one of them is turning myself into a banana. So turn this image into a playful portrait of me as a peeled banana character. Keep the background the same, transform my head into a peeled banana, but keep my face fully visible, dress my body in a half sleeve shirt with a banana print. Make it fun, vibrant, cartoonish yet realistic with smooth textures and polished finish. Essentially, you want to make sure that you prompt it to stay consistent in the background and in everything around you. Now that will give you a result like this, and you can do the same thing for a couple of different characters. So I've done this for Indiana Jones, this robot version of myself, and a pharaoh version of me. Honestly, I had some fun with it. So the way this works is you want to go over to video, then you want to go to motion sync video. Essentially this is Runway Act 2, as you can see here. And here you want to upload the reference image where you have changed yourself into a different character. So right now I'm uploading the robot version of me, and now it's using this image as the reference. Here you add in your motion reference. So this will be your original video that you can put in there. So I have my original video already put in, and then you hit create. So that will give you a result like this. I did this on like a 27 second video, and I've done this a few times. So here we have the Indiana Jones style, and I've also done this with the banana. So you can now create AI videos of yourself with insane accuracy using Nano Banana and Google View. In your editing timeline, you can easily switch between these 3 different videos. For number 4, we're combining Nano Banana with Kling 2.1 start and end frames. This is super powerful for getting different angles and giving more directions to your video. So what I did here is I put in this image of my face, and then I put in my prompt, which is basically me riding on a quad in the jungle, and then I generated a few different images. It gave me this image over here, and now what we can do is we can use this as an image reference inside of Nano Banana again. So we download it, then we put it inside our reference, and then we give it a different prompt, which is completely recompose the scene with the camera positioned behind me on my right shoulder. So we're essentially trying to keep everything the same, we're just trying to make a different angle. Now you hit create, and that will give you a result like this. Now we have these 2 different images that we can download, so I'm downloading this one too, and then we go over to the video space, and here we're using Kling 2.1. All of this again is inside of OpenArt, so you don't have to switch between different models. Now I'm gonna drop in my first image. This will be the first frame, and then I will drop in the end frame, which is the second image that I generated. And now we have these 2 start and end frames. Then you type in your prompt, so I'm gonna say animate me racing forward on an orange quad bike through the jungle in a hurry with a camera angle changes smoothly with mud splashing, and now you can hit generate. You can do the same thing, by the way, on Seedance 1.0. This one also has start and end frame. So now you have your finished video using start and end frame in Kling with different angles of Nano Banana. It is perfect for consistency, and it will give you more control over what you want to have happen with your video. Now number 5, we got these cool figurines that you can make of yourself or from any character that you put into Nano Banana. So this is how it works. Basically, you use Nano Banana, then you enter in this prompt. I will leave this prompt in the description down below, and then you import your image, and then you hit create. I tried this a few times, and these are the results that I got. Personally, I like this one or this one the best, and I love how we also have my 3D scan on the computer, and we have the collector's item right next to me. You're not just limited to yourself, you can also do this with other characters. Number 6 is great for anyone that wants to do a virtual tryout for their clothing without actually buying the clothes. What I'm talking about is like these Pinterest type images where you see like the perfect outfits and you're like, I'm curious what this will look like if I were to wear this. You could just download this image, and then you can use this inside of Nano Banana by uploading your own face. So I have my face right here. You could also do a less professional picture, and then you upload that image that you just downloaded, and then you want to enter in your prompt. So I've written a bit of a universal prompt. So I'm going to say, transform this flat lay outfit onto me wearing the complete look in natural lighting. Place all the clothes and items in my body with proper fit and proportions, and maintain the original colors and fabric textures. Let's actually generate these, and let's see what we get. Here we have a beautiful image of me wearing this outfit, and honestly, this looks quite good. But there's more to this. You can transform this into a video, which looks like it is a AI photo shoot / video that you always see on those like high-end fashion websites. So the way this works is, what you want to do is you want to go over to video again, use Kling, and then you want to use the start and end frame. Now I've actually already done this here. I've basically turned myself into a video, but there's more to it. The thing that you can do is you can turn this into a fashion walk. So if you use this as a first frame and a end frame, then you can make it appear like they're walking as kind of like a photo shoot or like a fashion walk. And then you can pick the last end frame of that, and then you can transform that into another one. So if you combine all of that, it looks like this. Number 7, you can blend different characters into a single environment. And by characters, I mean like 3 different or even more characters into one place. Now, you need to give Nano Banana a bit of help with that. So the way that works is as follows. What you want to do is you want to add a image of your character. So I've made these 3 characters that are totally unrelated to each other. And I've put a blue circle around Mario, I've put a yellow circle around this girl, and I've put a red circle around Kratos. So they are totally unrelated to each other. But the other thing that I did is I have this image where I want to place them, and I'm putting the red circle there, the yellow circle there, and then the blue circle there. So the AI understands what to make of it. Now we can put in these 2 different images. Let me actually remove this, and now I can upload these images here, and then I upload this image there. And then you tell Nano Banana to take these 3 characters and put them seamlessly in the background using the color-coded placement system, and now it will put them into that place perfectly. So out of the 4 results that I got 1 that failed, the other one didn't show up, but still we have 2 that worked quite well. So we have this one and this one. I like this one the most as they're all having a cup of coffee, and Mario look like he's making a funny joke, but Kratos is not amused. So that is the most convenient way of turning different characters onto a specific place in your image. Number 8 is making cool animations of buildings and monuments using Nano Banana and Seedance. Now this is super easy to do. Again, this is a familiar strategy that we already have done, but you just gotta know how to use these AI tools. So here I have an image of a pyramid. So I'm using a very simple prompt where I'm just asking it to remove the pyramid, keeping everything else the same, and it keeps an empty space at the place where the pyramid was standing. So now we generate this, and that gives us this image. We then download this, and now again we're using start and end frame. This can be done inside of Kling and Seedance. For this one I'm using Seedance. So we're starting off with our image where we have the pyramid removed, and then we enter in our end frame, which is the one with the pyramid, and then we give it a prompt like saying the ancient Egyptian desert landscape with the Nile River flowing in the background as the Great Pyramid of Giza mysteriously emerges from beneath the sand, slowly rising from the ground with its limestone blocks. Then we click on generate, and that will give us this result. Number 9 is basic image editing. And I know this is something that I use daily, but most people aren't doing this. And I have a few images on my iPhone where I was on popular places. For example, I was here in Malaysia at the Batu Caves. And the most annoying thing is that there are so many different people in this image. Now, doing this through Photoshop might be hard, but doing this inside of Nano Banana is actually super easy. So I just upload my image, and then I just prompt it, remove the people from this image, maintain the exact same color, style and objects, and now once I start generating it, you will see that most people will be removed. It might still make small mistakes if we compare this to the original, but most people on the stairs are removed. Now I've done the same thing here again with these people on the background while I was eating some food with my girlfriend. I've asked it to remove the people behind me, and now as you can see, it is removed seamlessly. No one will notice. Number 10 on the list, the last one, is creating different angles of yourself, and this is super useful for if you want to have side angles, aerial views, or you want to make cool videos. So I have this image of myself which was made as a portrait shot of me. You see my beautiful face here. What I did is I've tried this a few times. You generate a side angle and it looks quite good. Like this looks quite like me. Here I generate another side angle of me from the other side, and then I also made an aerial view. Honestly, this is quite sick. So it even imagined that I had like white shoes, and it continued the background all the way down, while that was not the case in real life. So simply by prompting it to create a from above shot or to create a side angle, you can make multiple different variations of your main image while keeping perfect consistency. Please tell me in the comments down below which one of these methods was your favorite. Now, if you want to compare Nano Banana to Seedream and all the other models, then click the video that's on the screen right now, where I will go in depth on each and every model, and then you understand which one you want to use.